Episode 4 of Abbott Elementary Season 3 starts with Janine not comfortable with the new teaching methods of the latest substitute teacher for her class. After the opening credits, we see the entire school outside because of a fire alarm. Gregory finds it ridiculously funny that his students are dancing to I Am a Teapot. Janine is concerned that her students are just listless, while the substitute teacher is busy clicking selfies. The fireman comes out to inform that the smoke alarm was set off by a cigarette. A student was caught lighting a cigarette in the boys' washroom. Ava and Melissa get him out. Melissa is clearly a smoker and is well versed with what goes into hiding the signs of having smoked. She and the fireman kind of hit it off over the nostalgia of being introduced to the habit at a young age. Ava asks the student where he got a cigarette, and the student says he bought it for $1 just by the corner. When she tells him that cigarettes are banned, the student says there are no signs saying that. Later, she and the staff get into finding what is actually banned at the school. They are surprised to find no mention of cigarettes. Eva manages to blame Janine for this as well. In Janine's class, the substitute teacher Jessica without the I, does not answer a student's query and only asks them to get the worksheets done. Janine pops into class and answers the student. She tries to get Jessica to stick to her methods, but Jessica is firm on her own approach. The classroom does not recognize Janine as their main teacher. Jessica not so subtly removes Janine from the class. In the teacher's break room, each teacher's habit of indulging in some form of narcotic is revealed. Jacob vapes, Gregory indulges in an edible protein bar over a weekend. Janine takes small doses of medical-approved marijuana. Ava does hookah and microdosing. Barbara is stunned at their revelation and preaches again. Melissa calls her out for drinking Chardonnay and Barbara fires back at her for using CBD oil. As Ms. Johnson launches into his narration, Janine spots a student filming their conversation. The teachers try to get the student to not spread the word in school or online, but to no avail. Soon, every kid starts to bully the teachers. As a last resort, Janine and the teachers invite FADE Friends Against Drug Exposure. Tarek was working in FAD earlier and he did not do a good job. As the students assemble for the talk, Janine is not happy with the way her class is arriving there. The hosts of the FAD talk are not at all engaging or impactful on the children. It would be safe to presume that those two were also slightly intoxicated prior to the talk. Janine sneaks out to talk to Jessica to offer some tips, but Jessica says she will ask for help if she needs it. The students launch into a bunch of questions to the hosts, and the session goes out of hand quickly. A sensitive and mature approach is completely missing from the talk. Later, the teachers do a complete check of the students' bags and lockers. Ava also announces the new rules for use or possession of substances. Curtis, the student who was found earlier with a cigarette, might also get suspended. Janine and others think that they never spoke to Curtis about the reason for his behavior. Barbara and Janine are talking outside her class and Janine does not return away from Jessica. Barbara is surprised at Janine and asks her the reason. Janine says that she does not like Jessica's teaching methods. Barbara gives her some advice on the same. Gregory and Melissa talk to Curtis and find out that Curtis only did it because he was curious. He did not like the experience or the taste. Melissa is dejected that he would have to be suspended nonetheless. Janine realizes her folly and approaches Jessica. Jessica is rather chill about all of it because she would be out of the school in a week. The teachers do feel helpless that they are unable to be completely honest with their students, but at the same time they are glad to have tackled a challenge as much as possible within the space they were given. As the episode comes to a conclusion, we see that the teachers make Jacob quit vaping. He throws his vape into the trash but dives back again for it. Later he buys a USD 200 worth of a cigarette-like stick, which is touted to be a healthier replacement for smoking habits. It turns out that stick is just a plain pipe to inhale the air. It works more like a placebo. Jacob is impressed nonetheless. Drugs and narcotics are always a sensitive topic with the young crowd. It is easy for the young minds to be distracted and mislead, but it is the duty or task of their teachers, parents, and elders around them to guide them on the right path. In the recent years, marijuana and certain opioids have begun to be used more proactively in medical, under correct medical guidance.